Alright, so now we're just going to talk about the motion offense in general. We've already looked at all the different rules and all that, but let's see what it really looks like, okay? So we're going to watch the motion offense in motion here and see kind of some general ideas, okay? There aren't really any specific order of things that you should follow, but in general, let's see a few things here that could happen, okay? So this is our setup, starting with our point guard. We set up the 5 kind of guys around the perimeter, and you'll see the defense is in their proper position, right? 2 guys denying the pass here and here, 1 pass away. And these 2 guys are in help position. They're not guarding their men because they're pretty quick. If the pass goes across, they can come out and intercept it, or if this guy dribbles up the middle, they can come over and help. So again, there are only a couple general rules about the motion offense, okay? Motion, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. If you're going to get a pass, usually it will happen within the first 2 seconds of your move. If it doesn't happen, gotta keep moving, do something else, okay? Really your options are here, cut to the basket, or fill a spot. And of course we can screen after making a pass, but we'll just see some options here. So again, 2 general ideas, keep moving, cut to the basket, or fill a spot. Alright, so first option, let's say number 1 decides there's not much going on, so I'm going to dribble over here. What will probably happen is the guard that's defending will follow here. So let's say the defender comes over here, guard's going to follow, and maybe this guy's going to go here. Well, what should happen is number 3 should cut to the basket, right? Sharp cut, strong, look for the pass. If it's there, then these guys will come across and follow, and these guys will close off. If it's not there, well, this is what will happen. So let's go back 1 step. Ball comes over here. This guy cuts through here. This guy will come through here, bring his defender with him. This guy will pop over here as the dribble comes across. This guy will come over here. He knows there's a pass available here. This guy will follow. This guy will come up. The center will follow. Number 3 is over here. And there's one option. The number 2 will probably be open because he came over here. And you'll notice we have the 5. The defense will now adjust because these are the only 2 guys that are 1 pass away. These guys, if they're playing good defense, should remember to be in help position and not follow those guys because they are more than 1 pass away. The cycle now could repeat itself. Let's say something else happens and the person with the ball decides, I'm going to try and dribble through. So they're going to do maybe a crossover and dribble through here. So let's say they do that. They come through and they dribble here. Well, that's going to leave a variety of options open, right? If this guy's in proper denied position, what will happen is this guy will come across with the ball, dribble through here. This guy's going to try and keep up with him. Maybe this guy will help. Maybe this guy will help. If that happens, what you see on the floor is that there are 2 guys that have guys in help position, number 4 and number 5. So what do you think they should do? Well, maybe cutting to the basket here is not a bad idea. Remember, that's one of the rules. They can cut to the basket or fill a spot. We want to score, so let's see them cut to the basket. Number 4 cuts to the basket. Well, there's a pass there. Number 5 cuts to the basket. Well, maybe there's a pass there if this defender comes over. If this defender comes up and helps, well, then there's a pass there, an easy bucket. Well, there is always that option that none of those things are available, right? So these guys cut to the basket, 4 and 5. Let's say the pass isn't there, it gets denied, whatever. Well, again, you cut and then you need to fill. So number 4 will cut away over here. Number 5, well, they can come here and fill that spot on a sharp cut. So they'll come across and then up. And then what's going to happen here is if 4 is filling over here, number 3 has to rotate up. And what is very important, anytime someone dribbles and penetrates, number 1 was over here and moved up here. Number 1 moved up here and tried to dribble in. Number 2 has to come over. Number 1 is counting on number 2 to be in this spot here. Just in case they run into trouble, they know that someone is back here. They can pivot and pass back to 2 in this spot. So if number 2 rolls over, number 1 can pivot around and then pass back here. And again, the cycle will just repeat itself. Number 3 comes over here, number 4 comes over here, number 5 fills that spot. And we're looking pretty good, right? So number one has made that pass from here over. Number one can then now just fill a spot. So number one will cut through after making that pass from here to here, and they will just cut through, fill a spot, up and away, cut over. Number three rotates. Number four rotates, and what do you know? We've got 5 out once again. Those are just some general ideas. Another thing we could do is we could just screen away. So one option may be on that rotate, that number three is now open, right? When they come across and rotate over, one pass away, we pass across. Number two could then go over here, screen away. Number five must wait for the screen. Now, of course, when we set the screen, we have to set the screen on the man. So we'll assume 2 passes away, the forward is over here. So what we'll do is we'll find our man, set the screen. Number 5 will pretend to go baseline and then come back here and maybe look for a pass from number 3 on the screen away. That is an option here. Number 5 could receive the ball right there. These are just some general ideas that we can use with the motion. Again, nothing's set in stone. The only 2 things you gotta remember, right? 2 things you need to remember on this offense. Keep moving, right? Only wait for a pass for about 2 seconds. If you don't get that pass, you're either going to cut to the basket or fill a spot. And that's what we're doing over and over again.